You have been told that staying lean and healthy requires constant willpower and suffering. But what if that is the biggest lie in the health industry? Right now, your brain is sending signals that dictate how you feel and what you crave. But you can actually influence those signals. There are certain foods that may act like a mute button for your hunger. When you add them to your routine, you are not just eating. You could be reprogramming your biological response. Today, we are going to expose the 5 foods that do the hard work for you, so you can stop fighting yourself and start seeing results. Hi, I am George Brown. Welcome to the channel. If you have ever felt like you are in a constant battle with your own appetite, I want you to know that you are not alone. Most of us have been taught that staying healthy is a struggle of willpower. We think we have to suffer to see results. But here is the truth. Fighting your biology is the hardest way to reach your goals. It is not because you are weak. It is because your brain is programmed to protect you. When you cut calories too low, your brain does not know you want to look good. It thinks you are facing a famine. In response, it turns up your hunger signals to a maximum level. This is why willpower often fails. You are fighting a survival instinct that is millions of years old. Today, we are going to stop the fight. We are going to use 5 everyday foods that act like a biological cheat code. Instead of using discipline to fight the hunger, we will use these specific ingredients to silence it. We are going to signal to your brain that you are safe and satisfied. This allows your metabolism to relax and start using stored energy for fuel. Let us look at our first secret. It is a simple liquid that acts like a mute button for your cravings. Our first biological cheat code is a liquid that most of you already have in your kitchen. It is apple cider vinegar. But we are not using it for the flavor. We are using it for a specific compound called acetic acid. Here is the secret. When you consume a small amount of vinegar before a meal, it acts like a speed limit for your digestion. It slows down the process of breaking down starches into sugar. This means that the glucose from your food enters your bloodstream slowly, like a steady stream, rather than a sudden flood. When your blood sugar stays stable, your brain does not panic. It does not send out those urgent hunger signals 1 hour after you eat. You have effectively muted the biological alarm that causes cravings. Research suggests that this simple step can lower your glucose spike by up to 30%. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. Is it safe to drink vinegar every day? It is entirely safe, but there is a right way to do it. You should never drink it straight. The protocol is simple and protective. You take 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and dilute it in a large glass of water. To protect your tooth enamel, it is highly recommended to drink it through a straw, about 10 minutes before your largest meal. It is a tiny habit, but the message it sends to your brain is powerful. We are safe, we are stable, and we do not need to overeat. But what if you could also trick your brain into thinking you have eaten a much larger meal than you actually have? Let us look at our second cheat code. Our second cheat code is a fascinating psychological and biological trick. I call it the calorie eraser. Have you ever eaten an entire bag of chips or a handful of candy and realized you did not even notice you were eating it? Your brain certainly did not notice. It takes your stomach approximately 20 minutes to send a signal to your brain that you are full. If you eat quickly, you can consume hundreds of excess calories before your brain even registers that the meal has started. To trick your biology, you need a food that forces you to slow down. The ultimate tool for this is in-shell pistachios. Researchers call this the pistachio principle. When you have to manually open each nut, two incredible things happen. First, the physical effort creates a biological delay. It gives your hormones enough time to travel to your brain and turn off the hunger switch. Second, the empty shells remain on your desk or your plate. They serve as a visual reminder of what you have consumed. Your eyes send a signal to your brain saying, "Look at all those shells. We have eaten a lot." Your brain believes you have had a massive meal, even though you have actually consumed significantly fewer calories than if you were eating a handful of pre-shelled nuts. You are using visual data to reprogram your appetite. It is a brilliant way to snack without relying on willpower. But what about the time when you are not eating? What if you could trick your body into burning fat while you are sleeping? Let us explore our third cheat code. Most individuals believe that consuming food before sleep is a biological error. We have been told that the kitchen must be closed after 7 p.m. if we want to stay lean. But what if I told you that going to bed with an empty, stressed system is actually what causes you to wake up tired and hungry? Think of your metabolism like a fireplace. If you throw paper into the fire, it flashes and then dies out, leaving the room cold. That is what happens when you eat sugar at night. But if you place a heavy log on the embers, it glows steadily all night long. In the world of biology, that heavy log is casein protein. You can find it in simple foods like cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. Casein is unique because it forms a protective gel in your stomach. It takes your body many hours to process it. This provides a constant, tiny stream of energy to your cells while you dream. By providing this steady fuel, you prevent your brain from entering emergency mode. You stop the spike of cortisol, the stress hormone that forces your body to store fat around your waist. Instead, you keep your metabolic engine running quietly in the background. The protocol is simple. You consume 3 to 4 spoonfuls of plain Greek yogurt 30 minutes before sleep. You are not just eating, you are setting your internal thermostat for success. You will wake up with stable energy and a brain that is not screaming for a donut. But we are just getting started. What if you could activate a signal that is even more powerful than willpower? Let us look at our fourth cheat code. Right now, the entire world is talking about a single hormone that has the power to turn off hunger. You have likely heard of the expensive medical treatments that target this system. But very few people realize that your body already has its own version of this mechanism. Deep in your lower intestine, there are specialized cells that release a hormone called GLP-1. This is your body's natural appetite brake. To press this biological button, you only need a small, specific signal. The champions of this trick are lentils, chickpeas, and barley. You do not need to eat a massive plate of these foods. The magic portion is only 1/2 of a cup, or about 100 grams. The best strategy is to add this small amount to your lunch. You can simply toss them into your salad or stir them into a soup. By doing this at midday, you allow the fiber enough time to reach your lower gut and silence your hunger before dinner begins. It is the equivalent of sending a high-priority message to your brain, saying, "The mission is accomplished. We do not need any more food." You are not using willpower. You are using the internal intelligence of your own gut. But there is one final code. It is the most surprising one of all, because it involves a food that many people have been taught to fear. Let us look at our fifth cheat code. Our final cheat code is the one that most people are afraid of. For years, we have been told that fat is the enemy. But in reality, high-quality fat is the secret to a quiet brain. Have you ever finished a large meal, but felt like you still wanted a snack? This is called food noise. It happens because your brain is like a radar that is constantly scanning for a specific signal of safety and energy. When you follow a low-fat diet, that radar never turns off. Your brain remains in a state of the hunt. To silence this noise, you need a very specific trigger. You can find it in extra virgin olive oil or avocados. When these healthy fats reach your system, they release a powerful hormone that acts like a master switch for your appetite. It sends a high-priority message to your nervous system, saying, "The hunt is over, we are safe, we are satisfied." The protocol is very simple. You do not need to eat a lot of fat. You only need a small amount to flip the switch. Adding 1 tablespoon of olive oil to your meal, or eating 1/2 of an avocado, is enough to create biological peace. It stops the constant search for food and allows you to focus on your life instead of your next meal. You are using nature to tell your brain that it is time to relax. Now that we have all 5 codes, let us put them together into one perfect daily routine. We have covered 5 powerful tools, but they work best when they function together as a single system. This is your 24-hour biological blueprint. Let us look at how your day changes when you use these codes. Before your largest meal, you use the first code, a glass of water with apple cider vinegar, to stabilize your glucose. During that meal, you apply the 4th and 5th codes. You add 1/2 cup of lentils and a tablespoon of olive oil to signal to your gut and your brain that the hunt for food is over. If you need a snack in the afternoon, you use the 2nd code, in-shell pistachios, to slow down your eating and give your hormones time to respond. And finally, before you sleep, you use the 3rd code, a few spoonfuls of Greek yogurt to keep your metabolic engine running quietly while you rest. This is not a diet. This is a lifestyle based on the intelligence of your own biology. You are no longer fighting your appetite with willpower. You are providing your system with the exact signals it needs to feel safe, energized, and satisfied. I want you to try just one of these codes tomorrow. Notice how your body responds. Notice how the food noise in your brain begins to fade away. If you found this information valuable, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone who is tired of the constant struggle. It is time to stop fighting and start living. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.